Gaining purpose. This reality is designed to ultimately create an imagination, and that's effectively what we are doing in this present moment. We're all dreaming. We're all effectively in a dream, and we are processing information which brings the materialistic world into our sight. We are ultimately dreaming this reality. We are effectively a part of this creation of experience. Now, purpose itself is ultimately divinity. It is effectively interconnectedness to divinity, and that divinity represents a true path for us, a true path to experience, a true path to grow, a true path to reflect within and gain ultimately true core values which will bring justice to this reality. We must understand that from birth we are programmed within perception. We're ultimately programmed to perceive this reality in a certain way. Ultimately, we're designed to obey by this systematic process we are all living within. This reality is designed to keep us within the grasp of the controllers, and the controllers resemble power. And ultimately, we are designed to succumb to power and then ultimately dictate from that power. We're ultimately designed to slot into place and ensure that the systematic process of this reality keeps on going. And the way it does this is by slotting us into place and keeping the structure of the system intact. We need to understand that if we really want to learn and develop and grow purpose, we need to effectively rebel against the system, because the system is designed to effectively slot us into place and then create effectively fear, worry, and stress in our lives, which ultimately keep us like glue stuck in our place. We perceive information from a very young age of what we need to do to create success or what we need to do to become comfortable. And ultimately, we're stuck in place via fear, stress, and worry. We don't want to rebel against the safeness of our life or the comfort of our life, because if we rebel against that or take maybe a path which we feel is right, we feel we should do it, but we are not promoted to do it because of the fear, stress, and worry. If I do this, I'll potentially won't have a job. If I do this, I'll lose my job. If I do this, I won't be able to feed my family. This all has relevance because the system is designed to bring relevance into our lives. What we must understand, sometimes to truly go after our purpose and to achieve great things in this lifetime, we need to rebel against the system. We need to believe that there is an essence inside of us which has its own power of bringing truth within this reality. And we will be amazed that when we do take the leap out of the projection of our minds, because ultimately what the minds are doing is it's projecting an image, and that image is what we interpret as a safeness or comfort, or ultimately it's comfort and the feeling of being safe, being protected, because this world is carnage. It's brutal, and we're afraid of entering that brutality. We're afraid of the consequences of doing something different. We're afraid of being the expression of unknown. But we must understand that this is where the true power comes in. When we become the expression of the unknown, when we go after something within us, which we know, we feel is right. We feel that essence is what's going to make me feel content and happy and have purpose and have joy. However, in our present moment, we may be afraid because we don't know what that's going to bring. And we don't know if it's the uncertainty. When we can start to trust in the uncertainty, and when we can start to just go with the flow, start to trust ourselves, start to take the risk, we will understand that we're actually protected, we're actually backed. There's almost, like you could say, angels looking after us within the domain of higher consciousness, that when we do go and try and draw out that inner self, it's almost like we're protected within the means of the unknown. It's almost like there's a greater consciousness which will help us and support us on our path of awakening that unknown. It's very majestical and very sophisticated. However, when we do make that leap into trusting that I'm going to express something that has true value, there is a higher consciousness which will assist that and help us draw out that emotional awareness, that journey to becoming the true version of ourselves.